We're going to play 10 free Steam games and review them on a scale from 1 to 10. Game number 1, MUCK. MUCK is a survivor game where you have to collect resources, find items and build a base to survive on the island for as long as you can. But once night falls, mysterious enemies appear from the shadows. Using the resources and items you've crafted during the day, you must try and make it through the night. It's like Rust and Minecraft combined. There are no save features, so after you stop the game, you lose your world. It will not keep you entertained for hours, but it's really worth checking it out with friends. Pros and cons: good enemies at night. Graphics: you'll forget what reality is. PC requirements: check if you can run paint, if so, you can play it. Grind: you'll need a second life for grinding this game. 7 out of 10. Game number 2, One Armed Cook. It's a game where you cook with one arm. One Armed Cook is a chaotic co-op cooking game for up to 4 people. Work as a team or cook on your own. The goofy physics-based aspect of the game gives this cooking game a new twist. There's a wide variety of customization and choosing different cooking spots, and if that's not enough, you can buy more cool DLCs. So, no more need to buy a cooking masterclass, just play One Armed Cook. Review time! Pros and cons of One Armed Cook. Pros: the game has the best mechanics ever. Lot of customization and a big variety of food to cook. Cons: it's sometimes buggy. 9 out of 10. Game number 3, The Council. The Council is an adventure role-playing game set in 1793. You assume the role of Louis de Richet, a young freshman and secret society member who's searching for his missing mother. After they search the whole island, he accepts an invitation to the next great party, being thrown by the English aristocrats. The idea of blending role-playing elements with traditional adventure is what makes this game so good. But the first episode of the game, which is free, is very good, but if you'd buy the other ones, they are very disappointing if you'd compare them to the first one. So, pros and cons. The game has very mysterious characters. The game is a rich environment and just well made. It's overall a good story. Sometimes the outcomes are a little bit forced. Upgrading feels like an afterthought. 7 out of 10. Game number 4, Fuck Putin. Fuck Putin is a sandbox game where you and your best friend Putin get to test out some new weapons. Well, you test them out on Putin. You can hang him, use him as your toilet, put him on a rocket. The sky's the limit in this game, I will warn you. This game contains a lot of blood. So yeah, sit back, relax and have some fun playing.
Review time.
Pros and cons. Pros: it's like therapy for free. Cons: you can't have sexual intercourse with him. 8 out of 10. Putin, I love you. Please don't kill me. The people who made the game are Tornado Games. Game number 5, Polygon. Polygon is a tactical multiplayer first-person shooter. Using various weapons, you will battle up to 32 players on a large-scale map. The game is pretty decent, great low poly design, no game-breaking bugs. It's a great overall experience. Pros and cons: good gunshot register, okay movement, nice maps. Cons: some bugs.
7 out of 10.
Game number 6, Retail Royale. Have you ever dreamed about shooting with meatballs in an IKEA? Me too. It's a battle royale game where you get dropped in an IKEA, you loot, fight and craft until you're the last one standing. You can play it with friends but also solo. The only thing missing is rideable shopping carts. It's one of the best battle royales at the moment if you ask me. You can fight with pens, shoot with meatballs, throw around furniture, no pros and cons needed. 10 out of 10. Game number 7, Drunken Wrestler. Drunken Wrestler is a multiplayer fighting game with physics-based fighting mechanics. advanced physical simulated character behavior, even fluid simulations for blood. It has multiple game modes with different gameplay. And to top that, it even has its own in-game mod editor with live scripting support. You can customize your own character and choose from a lot of different locations to fight in. Pros and cons. Pros: very realistic punching and balancing mechanics. Cool locations to fight in. Very good in-game mod editor. Cons: the game has hackers.
7 out of 10.
Game number 8. If you're more of a horror fan, this is perfect for you. S.P.C. Secret Laboratory. It's described as a first-person shooter game where weird creatures have escaped their chambers and past security, and now you have to stop them. People's opinion on the game are very different. Some say it's super fun, and others say it's straight ass, so I checked it out myself. It went pretty bad first. I tried to join a Russian server over and over so I could hear them plan the secret mission to take over the world, but I disconnected. But as you can see, there's clearly a spot left. But then I found another server that was pretty good. The first 4 minutes I had to spectate, but I took it as a chance to learn how the game works. As you can see, this is not your typical dog, it's a special breed that took some Viagra and clearly goes to the gym.
Don't kill me!
Well, guess who comes out of the elevator now? It's fucking Lady Gaga with dreadlocks.
If anyone mic spams or plays music in Spectator again, it's
But then I finally found some fun soundboard players. Pros and cons. It's legit scary. I highly recommend playing it with friends. The weapons are well made and have no bugs. The game has very good mechanics compared to AAA games. It's a good idea to run away from weird animals. Cons. The game has no tutorial, it needs that, because it's very hard to play if you don't know anything. Level design. Other people said it was bad, so it's bad. 8 out of 10. Game number 9. Dark Deception. Dark Deception. That's a way to in Dark Deception, a story-driven first-person horror maze game. There's nowhere to hide and nowhere to catch your breath. Win or die. In this chapter, you have to fight 2 bosses, murder monkeys and chef monkeys. You have to run from the monkeys and collect all gems that are supposed to be souls from the previous runners. Pros and cons. Pros. The game has a well-made story. The game has very good jump scares and well-made bosses. Cons. This chapter is way too hard. To play the other chapters, you have to pay money, and we're broke.
9 out of 10.
Game number 10. Grab your balloon crossbow and trusty inflatable hammer because things are about to get wobbly. Totally Accurate Battlegrounds was supposed to be a parody of the Battle Royale genre, but it turned out to be a very fun game. Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is not so accurate because your character has no bones, so every time you shoot a gun, you just fly away. Up to 60 players skydive into a fun-sized map with 90 plus weapons. The game's wacky physics make players control their character hard. Despite its weird learning curve, the game is a polished and finished game with a great community, and if you play this game with friends, that makes it 10 times more fun. Pros and cons. Pros. The game has very goofy mechanics. The game has the best community ever. There are no sweats in this game. The game right now has some server issues.
Subscribe or I will lead you in a mukbang video with DJ 可乐的那个都 ever 卡个人 please oh thank you or the love subscribe or you might get eaten up subscribe or you